I'm Jeff St. James, host of Ask a Brother podcast, and you're watching The Ladies' Table. Every week, women from different backgrounds, different experiences, and different walks of life come together for an honest conversation. Some perspectives will challenge you.
Trying to call straight black men to the table about masculinity when yours is compromised.
Some will make you laugh.
Well, why would a man want a woman that claim to fame is knowing how to fight? He don't want to fight you. Come on now.
Some might change the way you think.
Life is about trade-offs. There's only two options. If you choose one way, you're probably not going to get the other way.
This is The Ladies' Table.
Tigger, get
off my phone.
Do you not see Autumn crying?
Stop. I'm not doing that.
Yes,
She
you did.
dropped. She dropped.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She could give me the phone and it'd be over. She could give me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me my
Tigger.
phone.
D, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy a new phone. Get off of me! Mr. Tigger! Mr. Tigger, get off of her now!
Shout out to whoever it is that recorded this video for proving that Big Tigger is innocent. Sometimes y'all record and it doesn't give the allure that you think it's gonna give. Why does she have his phone, and why does he have to get his phone back from a grown-ass woman? Why is she throwing herself on the ground like that?
Just let the phone go. If you're at a point in your relationship where you're tussling over a phone, to where your significant other has taken your phone, because by the way, I've heard this 1,000
Oh, yeah,
times.
no, the fight over the phone is...
1,000 times. If you have to fight over your phone, okay, there's something in the phone.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
You're not like, hey, I want to text my mom. And she's like, well, hold on, I'm looking something up. And you're like, give me the phone!
Once you get to the point where you're panicking over the phone and you're getting to a full wrestling match over a phone, you guys got bigger issues.
The interesting part of
That's
this
point
video
one.
is
Point
that
one.
I do think that this video might be in his favor.
Oh, no, might. Laura, the
Because
internet has spoken. The video's in his
They
favor.
were, he was arrested for battery and assault.
The video where it shows another person filming this incident, yelling out things that make him look bad that are clearly not true if you're watching the video. If the hope from the accuser was going to strengthen her case, she got that wrong.
For the impact of these last few days or this last week, I hope you accept my apology. Out of respect for everyone involved, I ask for grace, privacy, and restraint as my family navigates this difficult moment. For more than 30 years, I've had the privilege of serving this in many communities through music, entertainment, and connection. I remain grateful for the trust so many of you have placed in me throughout that journey, and I intend to continue living and leading in that manner worthy of that trust. And to all the people, and I'm extremely privileged to be here this morning, back at work. Over the past several days, there's been significant public discussion and speculation regarding my personal life. I understand this can happen being a public person. I've been doing radio now 32 years and television for 29. I appreciate first and foremost the support and concern that so many people have shown. I want to say categorically, these allegations and accusations that have been circulating about me are false.
All right. Welcome everybody that's currently watching from around the YouTube and Facebook related streets. I'm your host, Jeff St. James of the Ladies Table. I'm going to just let you all know real quick. We have Crimson Cure, Dr. Messy, Better Love Movement, and Maggie, the substitute teacher, here with us today. And everybody, if you can, you know what we're going to say. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Don't feel shameful about hitting that super chat button if you want to show love, or if you have a question or comment that you would like us to react or respond to. And most importantly, make sure you're following everybody that y'all see on the screen, and make sure y'all send this to at least 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 people. Ladies, Big Tigger, his wife, video. What y'all think?
I mean, it's an unfortunate scene. However, in 2026, we have lots and lots of video, lots of cameras, lots of audio. We've got a lot. So that in and of itself is speaking volumes. So imagine if we didn't have all of this exposure. Imagine how this could easily be spun completely out of control. So in some regards, I want men today to be very thankful, to be very grateful that people are so overexposed in the video and all of that. That might have been a really good thing in this case.
We're gonna bring up this technology thing in a little bit. What about the rest of y'all?
That was the second video that you showed. Remember, there was a first one, but he had the allegations on him and maybe was arrested. I'm not really sure about that before that first video came out. And even when I was watching the first video, it's like, girl, why are you messing with that man's stuff? I'm tired of you already. And then they she said purposely and did this. And when she put this out, I'm like, girl, is that a swastika? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that or not. What are you trying to tell us here? I don't have empathy for people that go to the internet and start crying and think, like, what do you want us to do? Go to the police. What do you want us to do? But when you saw that first video, it's like, you are messing with that. Leave that man alone. And then the second video with the Mr. Tigger, it's like, child, just let her have that daggone phone, because whatever is on there, she thinks there's something going on. There's probably something going on. Who cares? Just move on, because this is crazy. I'm not living in my house like this. I am not.
Yeah. What about you, Crimson and Maggie?
The Mr. Tigger sends me every time. Why he say that? Why he say that like that? Mr. Tigger. Mr. Tigger. No. Why?
Yeah, I think it's a male child, like a teenage child. Right.
Like,
that's
Alex, I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yep.
There was a previous, like Messy said, there was a previous black and white video of her having his phone and him trying to get it, and she fell to the float in. She, slipping and sliding on Fashion Nova bags. Crazy. Okay. Also, I know I'm probably putting the cart before the horse a little bit. And I'm not trying to victim blame, but I want to know, how did he get caught up with a bunny boiler whose child missing? I want to know that. People in my chat or in other people's chat might be too young to understand what I mean by a bunny boiler. If you have watched the original Fatal Attraction from the 80s with Glenn Close and Michael Douglas, she boiled that bunny. That is a bunny boiler. Okay, any of these chicks crazy like that? Because this one's crazy. This one is, she out of there. She not just a regular. This is not even normal manipulation. She's a bunny boiler. And like, there has even been a previous case of another woman who had a child by another man who had dealt with her before, and he's in jail. He basically, because that woman saying because she lied on him. And he's in jail, and she's trying to get that case revisited in light of this case that she's trying to have. And getting online with that makeup on and your mouth big like the Simpsons, that was also crazy.
I think you're right, but falling around giving how much money these people probably have on Fashion Nova bags is crazy. You're absolutely right about that. That's just as bad as Mr. Tigger.
Oh my God. What about you, Maggie?
Well, I don't think it's any surprise that I didn't know who these people were. Contrary to recent events, I usually avoid drama. However, a couple things stood out to me. In this video where she's adjusting her hair and then crying on command, and we all know that any type of abuse is nothing to laugh at, but it reminds me of when the Chris Brown and Rihanna incident happened. The pictures that we saw of Rihanna were the police evidence. You don't run to the internet to show your face, make sure that the lighting is good, make sure that your hair is out of the way, cry as soon as the image is clear, and then say, oh my God, look at how she's looking at herself. And for me, it's never about the incident at hand. It's about the ripple effect. And this is going to make it harder. There's a lot that, a lot of warning signs that, and I don't know, does this man have a proper name? I cannot call him. I'll just call him the husband, but I don't even know how she got into wife consideration anyway. But the two things that made me raise my eyebrows was this attention-seeking behavior. Because if something, I'm not an expert, but I would think if something tragic like that had happened, you would almost want to not be seen. So I always question people who they can't wait to show off their battle scars. What is that about? I don't understand. The red flags that he missed are one thing, but I just think, this is going to make it harder for all of us, meaning, ladies, you men have so much to risk now. And if you have a past and that disqualifies you, that's just what it is. Men and young men are going to see this and say, absolutely not. There's no way in the world. I don't even know how we got here. And for those of us who would say, well, I would never do that, it's going to cause the vetting process. And we talked about this last episode, the background checks. All of us are going to have to pay the price for this foolishness. So this is what I mean when I say it's going to get worse before it gets better.
This is why I said literally last week that in 2026 and beyond, men need to start taking seriously doing background checks.
Yep.
The days of only women looking men up to find out information about them. Clearly, he's looking at just what he sees on the screen and nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, we're going to have a little bit more. But real quick, I did see a super chat that I wanted to show. Let's see. It says, Glorious Love 1. Reportedly, meanwhile, she left her infant in a car for hours at a casino. I haven't looked into that myself, but I appreciate you, Gloria. That apparently everybody that must have happened. But thank you, Glorious Love 1 for the $4.99, and everybody else. If you're currently watching, if you have not commented, if you have not let us know where you're watching from, put a 1 in the chat, or at least comment and put the state or city that you're in. We want to see where you all are watching from. We're almost at 300 people concurrently watching, so please make sure everybody that you follow, everybody you see on the screen, make sure y'all hit that super chat button if you have any questions or comments you would like for us to get to.
Let me mention one thing before you move on. They also had a Target bag over there. And so that means they are not boycotting. So they're out of the culture. Okay.
Now they didn't fulfill the boycott.
Let me look. Oh,
Yep.
I saw
They
it.
was at Target.
Target and Fashion Nova. Oh man. Putting out, not down with the cause at all. I have so many thoughts based off of what y'all said, and even when I first saw the video clips come out last week about it, the first thing I thought, or who the first person I thought about when this situation unfolded? Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors went through a similar situation involving a cell phone and trying to rip and pry it out of his then girlfriend's hands. And as a result of him doing that and her getting some cuts on her hands, he got charged. He got arrested. He pretty much, his career trajectory probably will never be the same. He got let go from Marvel when he had, I believe, the multi-movie tier deal. And two things that I noted: the initial reaction and response before the video evidence came out and people saw him running away from her. All I heard was, there's these dangerous black men again. And you know what's wrong with these black men with power putting their hands on women and doing this or that? And then when they showed the picture of who his girlfriend was with, a whole lot of people in this community said, that's what happens when you get with a white woman. Now I got a question, because I ain't got the best eyesight. I ain't bring my glasses today. Is she white?
No, she's just like bright and damn near white.
Yeah, bunny boilers don't have a color.
What'd you say?
Not saying bunny boilers don't have a color.
Seriously, crazy don't have a color.
Nope.
Crazy doesn't have a color. And I want people to get into the habit of, when they're just assuming the only reason why a situation went south or these accusations or incidents like this are happening is if men are in interracial relationships. I don't know what hood or urban area y'all grew up in, but I'm very familiar with family and friends and people I know that have gone through situations like this, all being black. It's not because it was rampant, but that happened to be the circle that I grew up around. So my initial thought was, I saw how patient he was, and I saw how much he really was. He wasn't you're stepping on her. No, he wasn't. You're jumping on her. No, he wasn't. But the thing that I noticed that was interesting was, as calm as he was, it wasn't Ebro, it was the other guy, the radio host. Oh, what's his name? The one who just was Rosenberg. Rosenberg said, like, if we weren't watching, it sounded like something totally different. And my initial thought is, because I mentioned it before about why is it that black men get automatically assumed getting guilty until proven innocent. When we said like the Emmett Till situation, and we talked about all those incidents in the past where people would weaponize law enforcement to threaten the lives of black men, and that was a tool of white supremacy. And I kept trying to explain to people that there are some people, some ladies, who functionally act like white supremacists, where to frame him, to try to set a narrative, get him arrested, and try to destroy his career. Wouldn't a white supremacist want those same things? And they would use law enforcement to do it? I said it once and I'll say it again, man. I think that the days of just assuming that every single black woman that looks good, that's enough. That's enough. She got a nice ass. She's good looking. She's light skinned, and maybe she cooks. I don't even know if all the guys claiming that now, but you get the point. I'm making it as clear as possible. I think a few people on this panel have reacted to the clip of the supposed technological clip of the ladies during something talking about working with white supremacists or to take care of black men. This is another form of that. Lying, manipulation, and trying to demonize or get this man hurt or arrested or killed by law enforcement, trying to destroy him over whatever it is that she saw on that phone. And because she was upset, she thought she was justified. As a black man, I am uncomfortable with the amount of times as a therapist and as a black man, I have been told by women that they lied and put guys that they were in relationships with in crazy situations. Over pregnancy, over giving half information about how violent he was, but you didn't say all the stuff you destroyed and came at him. When we were younger, cousins, friends, we could have ended up dead if we followed through on some of the things these women have told us. Basically what I'm saying. It wasn't until we got into our mid to late 20s that we actually started asking questions before we pulled up at people's homes, before we pulled up at schools. And the reason why when the biggest argument is black women are the most unprotected women in the world or in the country. I keep hearing this. That may be true for the women who act like this. That's probably true for women like her.
Right.
Because I know a whole lot of women who are protected, and then I know a whole lot of women that condone or excuse or even do this. So before we move on, what's your thoughts? Messy, you can start.
I was gonna say I thought I was the white supremacist. That's all they ever tell me. You're white supremacist talking points. But based off what you said, I guess I'm not. But I take it on the chin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't disagree with what it is that you're saying. These people crazy. That's the bottom daggone line, and I don't even know what else to tell you. Like, I don't even know what else to say. This lady is diabolical. Like, I don't even use that word. This lady is diabolical. And clearly she's gotten away with it twice, allegedly. Twice. A missing kid who we don't even know where she's at still. A dude in jail. And now we on to Tigger as the third person. And I bet not see nobody defending this heifer. I don't care about guilty until proven innocent or however you say it. This heifer is crazy. I don't understand how anybody can live in their own home like this. I could never
believe all women. Remember, believe all women. And
well,
if you
I'm a
don't
white
believe all,
supremacist and I don't follow the code. So you just can't count on me for anything.
nah, first of all, Def Dare, why are you going to change that to your default? Bro, change your picture. That is crazy word. Oh my God. Oh, everybody, if you're currently in the chat, please make sure y'all comment and let us know. We're already at 400 plus people. Please make sure that y'all send this to 2, 3, 4, even 5 people. Who else we got? High Vibe. Thank you for the $4.99. You can't go to the police when you have warrants. Oh, but the last thing you should do when you have warrants is go to social media. Oh, that lets you know Crimson was right about how thrown off she was. She did everything wrong for somebody who got warrants. And you know what? We could jump to that now, unless anybody has something else to say. I did, of course, a couple of days later or so, I get the report. I'm like, oh, she got arrested too. What? And lo and behold, a missing child.
Exactly. This is the baby that's been missing for 7 years.
Wow.
Okay. This baby right here. Now, this was a whole news thing when this thing broke. This is why I said I don't know how he got caught up with a bunny boiler, because this was not information. This was Googleable information that anybody could have found simply by typing up Alicia Brown, the mother's name. That woman, and I did a couple live streams about her. That woman is, I suspect her to have some kind of narcissism, because the way she moving, anytime you want to do this, but you know you got skeletons itching to come out the closet, wrestling in the closet, okay, to come out, and you do this anyway, you come to the internet to try to have all this drama. Nobody was talking about you. You came to the internet to do, not only to accuse Tigger of abuse, but also to accuse him of cheating with his co-worker. Now, before she got arrested, when I first did my live stream, I said she not gonna like this outcome at all, because the karma gonna be, life gonna come at you fast when you're trying to destroy somebody. That woman, Francesca, has a defamation suit that she filed against Alicia for saying that she was some kind of homewrecker, because she like, don't put that on my name. I can't even make my money how I'm supposed to be making my money, because you trying to say this. And if that go to trial, we've got a discovery phase. Lo and behold, before that can even get legs, the police said, she popped her head up out like a whack-a-mole. We gonna come get her because she shouldn't have poked her head out the hole. And they came and got us where that mug shot came from, because you thought you was slick, but you could stand another greasing. So we gonna take you back. And we're going to ask you, because it was a warrant out for her arrest, we're going to ask you, because the father of that baby won custody of her. And right before she was supposed to turn the child over to the father is when the child suddenly come up.
Oh, yeah. That's how that shit happened. Sorry. That's how that happened.
Yep.
Oh.
We're not gonna absolve the police either, y'all. I'm sorry. I feel like they dropped the ball. I also feel like DSIF child support services, whatever they call, they dropped the ball too. So like everything is Googleable to him, everything is Googleable to them, and they just like, oh well, it's a whole anyway. It's Maryland too.
And real quick before we go on, Growth Talk, I wanted to show him real quick. Growth Talk, thank you for the $10, fellas. 1, do background checks. 2, leave, gents. Stop trying to work it out. My house was spotless. My belly was full. Were empty, and my children were cared for until she flipped. Appreciate you, brother. And again, and we don't do background checks, gents. The women I just mentioned could only hold the mask for so long, but she was pregnant by then. Do the background checks, gents. And again, this is the caveat I'm going to say. The background check isn't just the legal one. The background check, if you part of the background check is learning the people around her. Learning about her history, why things didn't work out with the last guy and the last guy and the last guy and the last guy. And if they start to say, you know, first of all, if they can't tell you what she's done wrong and is improving on or needs to improve on, that's a red flag. That's a red flag, because they mean they condoning everything that she got going on and doing, because they still rocking with her and they're never pointing out things that she needs to improve or things that she's learning or anything. My friends, when they got to know my now wife at the time when we were just dating and getting to know each other, they would go off, have their conversations. The guys and the girls, they would all talk to her and everything. And, you know, sometimes I get pissed. What y'all tell her that for? And what y'all tell? But I trust them and they trust me, so that she at least knew who she was getting. And that's part of, to me, the background check. Now, I'm going to read off something real quick before. And again, if everybody has any additional super chats, feel free to hit those. A lack of fear, difficulty with emotional regulation, uses insincere charms to mask true feelings, sometimes even a potentially limited understanding of right and wrong, a lack of empathy or remorse, takes little to no responsibility for their actions, doesn't follow the rules, doesn't respect boundaries, and frequently gets in trouble with the law and makes impulsive decisions with no regard for safety. What I just read was many of the traits that you would find with being a psychopath or a sociopath.
Wow.
All right. And that's the other reason why I think it's so important for men to do more due diligence, because a lot of this baby mama drama, domestic violence stuff, men have such a low bar for women to meet in order to be living with them, having sex with them, and giving them children. A lot of the drama in society is because as men, we don't even have high expectations beyond if she can cook and looks good. If she cooks, look, I can't even say guarantee sex. After guys complaining and saying they ain't even getting that in some of these relationships. So if you're attracted to her and maybe she cooks, it's sufficient for you to knock her up. Y'all impregnating crazy women now? Crazy women now? That can kill you and destroy your life?
Yep.
Anita, what you think?
So a couple things that I thought was interesting about this story. I find it interesting. So his name is Darian Morgan, right? That's his name. And I find it interesting that his wife is not referring to him by his birth name. Why is she calling him by his stage name? I find that very odd.
Crazy. I'm glad you caught that. That's
my husband.
Act.
Right. Yeah. I thought that was kind of odd. And the child that was filming the video, like, why are we calling him by his stage name? Yeah, that's crazy. And then the second thing is they have a young child. I think she had a baby by him in 2025. So this nightmare that we're looking at, it's not going to end. It is just beginning. They have a young child together. So the only true victim in all of this is the child. That's the truth. When two adults cut up like this, I'm not worried about them. They're going to figure it out or work it out in the courts or whatever. But the child, this child that they had together, has to be raised in this foolishness. So that's who my heart goes out to, because it's not over. It's not.
What about you, Mackie and Crimson?
I don't understand. I mean, I said it in the first segment. I don't even understand how she became consideration for wife. I mean, maybe, you know, she's attractive and I guess, you know, maybe a good time, but I always say I don't feel like I have a place to speak to men, but what we tell the boys as a boy mom is you got to be able, one, she has to respect you. So I love what Miss Anita said about her not referring to him as, you know, Darian or even any pet name. You know, she, to me, what that says is, did she really marry Darian or did she marry the persona? Did she want the lifestyle? Did she want what the Tigger persona comes with? Because, you know, you don't do this to somebody you really care about. And it's terrifying that as much as women talk about needing protection, as soon as it benefits them, look how quickly they change. And so, you know, I said it before and I'll say it again. Ladies, we are not entitled to being protected. We are not entitled for men who are on their purpose to stop what they're doing and come see about us. We are not entitled to a covering, to a marriage, to somebody claiming you as their own. All of these are things that have to be earned. All of these are things that you have to put into a relationship to then get the benefit of that. And it has been called marriage for hundreds and thousands of years. So, you know, just shouting to the rooftop that we're not protected. Well, should you be, would be my question.
I'm gonna say this, and I want all of y'all that's not comfortable with the language I'm about to use to cover your ears if need be. So Maggie, do what you got to do. All the others as well. This is a reflection, and the way I'm gonna say it, this is barbershop talk, and this is how guys who actually truly care about the men that they're talking to is going to say it. A lot of y'all put y'all dick in anything. A lot of y'all put y'all dick in anything. And then want to run to the world and talk about your crazy baby mama. She didn't turn, all these women don't go crazy just because you had sex with them. Some of them was like that, and you liked it. This is why, although I advocate for men and talk about a lot of the rigged things, I also don't have as much sympathy for men that ignore. So, what's his name? Joe Budden just said, it's going to sound crazy. He said, based on what I saw in them pictures and them videos, Tigger, this is who you crashed out for and almost got your man, lost your freedom and your career for. He said, it's going to sound bad. It's going to sound crass what to say. She wasn't even worth the looks of putting yourself through something like this. She was a normal woman. Crimson, go ahead. Go ahead. Because I'm confused. This isn't Halle Berry. I'm sorry. No. Halle Berry, you know, there's a couple people we may tolerate a little more than we like.
Because whether we like it or not, fine women get away with a whole bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to the point of, because I'm seeing people talk about, oh, men can't vet that much because women, listen, she can fake 2 things, but she can't fake 10. Stop just requiring stupid stuff. If she could just cook, if she could just listen, when I tell you I was raised by a hyena, my mama was clean. She cooked every day. That house was pristine, and so were we. And there was no end to chaos in that home. That house had domestic violence in it and all kind of foolishness in it. The abuse and everything else was going on in that house. But she was clean and she could cook. And she was cute. Mama cute. Now, so what? The thing that Mr. Jeff is trying to say is that if a woman pick a goofball that she know is a goofball, we gonna tell her she should have picked better than that. Yes. You looked over the red flag. He was in the street and he was doing this, that, and the third, and you got with him anyway. And you went over there. Nobody had a gun in your head to go over there. You went over there and you was kicking it with him. And then when he took you down through there too many times, you got tired of it. And now you want to poke your mouth out long enough to suck peas out of a hot sauce bottle and come over us. I don't want to hear that. Okay. So now we're gonna tell the men the same thing. The only thing that you have to have is standards of what you will and will not tolerate for anybody to have access to you. Anybody.
Crimson,
And the
you know what
woman
the
that
standard
you
is?
marry, huh?
You know what the standard is for some of these men, because there's other men that's on the other persuasion, but for the men that actually like heterosexual, are heterosexual and just want women, for them it's a vagina.
And that's crazy.
If she got it, ain't even got to be a great one. If she got a vagina, and that's sufficient for a lot of guys. If this space don't teach y'all anything, that is that you actually have to raise the bar of expectations and stop wifing, knocking up, being even associated with women that's like this. Her name revealed this stuff with a Google search.
Yep.
You didn't even go to no database. You didn't even have to run a background check. So the same thing I said when it comes to you can't glorify the criminal elements in the community and then want everybody to wear t-shirts and protest when the criminal elements meet their demise with the police or end up dead. You can't keep picking from the worst caliber of women and then wanting us all to have sympathy and wanting us to advocate for you. I'm not advocating for bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to work hard to try to, and that's my career has been. I will refuse to keep meeting with clients that's made it very clear that they're going to keep entertaining people like this.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you're just wasting my time and your money. So, sorry, Crimson, go ahead, continue.
No, I was going to go ahead and land it. But as it's been said on other panels before, shout out to him. She can fake 2 or 3 things. She can't fake 10. You have to have standards for people because people can't fake. Typically, people cannot fake. These people are not some kind of Oscar-worthy actors. Most people tell you who they are. If you listen closely and you watch them a little bit, most people tell you who they are at the outset. Whenever you have, and you probably experienced this, Mr. Jeff, whenever you backtrack with folks that say they had a problem here and there and this relationship, and you backtrack, okay, which red flag did you overlook?
There you go.
And then they start, well, I don't know. You do know. Go back. You thought it was cute though, didn't you? Oh, you thought you could handle it. You either thought it was cute or you thought you could handle it. One more thing, they go for crazy women because they did a study about that cat. That crazy cat good.
Yes.
That crazy cat good.
Thank you.
Crazy cat is good. They did a whole scientific study on it. So I'm not just pulling that from nowhere. They did a whole study that said women who can't emotionally connect and they don't have good stable minds, the only way they can connect with a man is through sex. So usually their sex is really good because that's the only way that they find any connection or any stability or ability to focus. Outside of sex, they are mentally unstable. And so that's what make so when men have said that over the years, man, that she crazy, but see, they wasn't lying.
Yeah, and let me co-sign that with the fact that most of the men in my chat, I ain't saying they're here today, they might be, say that all the time. Oh, she crazy, then the cat must be good. They absolutely did that. And I said, all crazy. And it's like, you just don't know. You're all right. I don't know. But y'all definitely sound crazy. And I just came off of a panel before I came to this one where we're listening to a woman talk. And because they were like, we just don't know. And I said, how can you listen to her? It's clear and obvious. Her dialect, she's basically selling herself. She's talking about what she can get. What more do you need to know? Unless that's what you like, then that's what you get. But if you're paying attention, you can hear that she ain't ish, basically. And then after a further while, they were like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. So I guess I'm just the only one that can hear this. Maybe it's something that women have to be able to tell. It's like, you can tell that she ain't ish. What do these people do for you that you want to keep them around? Oh, well, she crazy. She got good OPP. There you go. Yeah. That's the requirement.
Massey, I'm going to say this, and Anita, I want you to hop in. This is, what's the right way? Actually, Anita, go ahead, because I want to hit our super chats before I say anything else. Go ahead, Anita.
So let's think about the borderline personality disordered woman. And I talk with my male clients about this quite a bit because I want them to understand what they're walking into. Okay. these women are, number one, they're going to give a man access. And this is why I always tell men, it's not a prize to go to bed with a woman on the first night. You think, oh my gosh, I've gained some sort of access to this woman. No, she has a personality disorder. And that's the hook. That's her hook to reel you in. But you see it as, oh, I've gotten access and I didn't earn it. And that's really not how men are wired. They know when they didn't earn something. When they gain access and they know they didn't earn it, there's a part of them that's like, uh-oh, like, this might bite me in the tail. But women who have borderline personality disorder, it could be that, it's a personality disorder. But I'm always giving men advice around this. Like, please look for these signs, this emotional instability, the moodiness, the hot and cold, the threatening to hurt herself, threatening to hurt you, just look for that. And then the apologetic, oh, I don't know why I acted like that. I'm so sorry, and it's just a cycle. But yeah, these women will give you access to sex very quickly. And, they'll give you the best 2-3 weeks of your life before they start to destroy your life. So just understand it's a thing.
And not to mention getting super attached, quote unquote. Yep. You belong to them after 2 or 3 little meetings and all that. Then they don't want you to talk to no other women. I've been talking to you all of 10 seconds. You better leave me alone. It's not cute. Yep. These chicks are not, it's not a cute, she just feels so, she don't feel no type of way. This is her soft launching an abuse cycle for you. Mm-hmm. If it feeds into whatever she got going on, because she unstable some type of way. Mm-hmm. And so she want to reel you into her world so you can be unstable with her. That's how she feed herself. That's how she feeds her energy. That's how she get validated. She's not a regular woman. She don't do things how regular women who are good women want to do things and interact with men and, have a healthy relationship. She's not interested in that because she's not healthy. She's not healthy here. She's not healthy here. So whatever she got going on with you, it's gonna be toxic. She gonna make it toxic. Even if you try not to, she gonna make it toxic. You just gonna have to excuse yourself from her, because if you don't, she'll drag you all the way down. She'll take you down through there.
Real quick, this one I'm gonna say is that I was gonna say before it. Actually, let me get this off the screen. Where is it at? The first thing I was gonna say, thinking about this is why it's no longer a positive or a flex for guys to hear from a woman, "You're my first nice guy." Mm-hmm. If you 30 years old talking about this the first nice guy, red flag, fellas. Red flag, fellas. You don't want. This is why you even hear it now, guys saying you don't want to hear from a woman saying this. You my first nice guy, because that means she's been through hell or she's been causing hell, or a combo of both, according to the DV stats. So the first thing is you don't want to be her first nice guy. And then number two, when you, and Maggie brought it up earlier, this is my humble opinion what I'm about to say. When women do stuff like this to shame, humiliate, target, or cause whatever property, emotional, reputational damage to the guy that they're now angry at or wanting to leave, she's shopping for his replacement. When women post this on social media, it's not just about the sympathy points and the social credit they get from women. It's also about the sympathy and wanting another man to come and rescue and step into the new role. They are advertising. Women that post on social media like this are advertising for a dumb white knight to come save them. Tell me I'm wrong, ladies. Tell me I'm wrong. They're advertising.
I don't know. That look crazy. Now it look like an alligator or something. No, she look crazy. She look crazy. I just see crazy. So it must be an SIMP that will come and rescue her. That looks crazy.
First of all, the reason why the dating market, part of the reason why the dating market is as bad as it is because the simps exist. Because the same way they say on the male side, there's an 18-year-old woman that's born every day. There's a simp that's made every 2 weeks.
It's
not hard. It's not hard. Yeah.
I said this a long time ago that the gynocracy is not upheld by women, it's upheld by the gynocratic men.
Yep.
They hold it up for
like the child in the video,
validating the foolishness that the women are doing. And as long as a woman, no matter how crazy or how foolish she act, if she can go to any kind of little old man and he nod and say, "You right, baby, that's sure right," she gonna, even if she know it's stupid, she gonna be like, cause such and such said it was all right, and she gonna go back out. She gonna use that as an excuse to continue on in the foolishness that she does.
What was the football player name? Stephon Diggs with the chef, light skinned black chef that every video was her in the kitchen but not cooking.
Yep.
And she wearing all this, all the most revealing outfits. So again, you was hurt, you was harmed, you traumatized, you thirst trapping and trying to get a replacement.
Trying to get sympathy and a replacement after you have been in the kitchen frying up spam.
No, I'm telling you, and again, I think Maggie, you said it earlier. Women are losing their minds when men are asking questions. Now, people are asking questions now. The idea of any group now getting the benefit of the doubt, I think it's run its course. You can keep saying you're the least protected. You can keep saying we're not loved, we're not cherished or anything. This behavior is rampant. And men that are comfortable, have a decent body count, are familiar and okay with interaction with women, I wouldn't be shocked if most of them knows at least one woman that's lied about something like this. I won't be shocked. I really won't be shocked. And again, it's on the spectrum. Lying about a pregnancy test, lying about assault, lying about threats that he made when she threatened him the whole time, stalking, pulling up the guy's jobs. Y'all, listen, I'm not gonna give no personal details. I'm just saying I'm aware. Yeah, I am aware. So real quick, we got a couple super chats before we kind of get to the second half, which is her accusations about his coworker. Def Dare. Or Def the Reaper, thank you for the $10. A couple years ago, Travis Rudolph had to defend himself against two brothers. This took place because of the lies of an ex. Even on the stand of his was that Red Rum trial, she continued lying. He was found not guilty. Thank you for the 10 for sure. Uncle Rick, $4.99. We live in a world where we don't worry about another man attacking you. We have to protect ourselves from our own women. Sad times are upon us. Yeah. And again, the same women that'll get in these type of situations, I've seen it again and again. She turned to the guy that tried to intervene. I've seen those women that's getting attacked by those men start attacking the man that's trying to fight the man that was beating her ass. Right? So, and getting back with him after that. So the days of being, my mom said it, my wife has said it, and other women who I value and have heard in my life have said it. Your job is to make it back home. Your job isn't to save the whole world. You can call the cops. You can say something. If more and more people come to us, enough people, then more than likely y'all can kind of, if it's just you and two people duking at it, that choice of interacting and stuff like this, no. And again, we realize now as men, we're not going to allow women to guilt us into trying to guilt and shame us into questioning our masculinity to intervene for women to act like this. They don't deserve protection. She probably belong under the jail, but that's neither here nor there. Growth Talk, thank you for the 10. Finally, that same woman was pregnant, lied to me about an abortion, had my son and kept him away from me for 2 years. Jeff asked Messi. She's heard this story repeatedly. Background checks. God. Wow. MB the Great, $4.99. Us as black men are just now being restored back to godly order, and we are finally knowing who we are in Christ again in order to set boundaries. Listen, brother, it could be religion, it could be the law, it could be common sense. Y'all brothers better wake up real quick.
Yeah.
And yeah. I just leave it at that. But thank you for the $4.99 through the Fire podcast. Thank you for the $20 banger. I'm so digging Maggie's look. Because of Maggie, a couple years ago, my then 9-year-old daughter asked for some pearls, and she still wears them today at age 11. Okay, fashion icon.
Right.
Hey, okay, salute. Thank you through the Fire for the 20. Uncle Rick again, $4.99. It's never she should be a better woman. This is the issue. Yeah, what I think for a lot of ladies that do this type of behavior that Anita was talking about, their view of changing is just changing the man. It's not about them actually improving. They in their mind, they'll say they want a better man. Usually it's just a man that they can manipulate. Lee Turner, thank you for the $2 as well. F Brown 34, thank you for the 5. So true, Crimson. I literally have a few ladies in mind that you describe to a T with great sex, but batshit crazy. Hey, Messy and Panel, great show. F Brown, thank you for that. We may in a future episode kind of discuss the psychology of why a lot of men and women, there's two different parts of the brain that you're using, and based off of how you've developed, how you've grown, how you've formed attachments, typically dictates what excites you, what keeps you motivated. And if you build your attachments based on the wrong things, you'll equate healthy, no drama as boring, right? And you'll equate any emotion that triggers your mood, whether positive or negative, as something desirable. And it's like I don't feel anything when I'm with him. So when you hear these women leaving, I got bored, I didn't feel anything with him, he's a good guy, he did nothing wrong. It's because the previous situations and relationships you've had have actually rewired your neural chemistry to get used to and looking for that. So now you equate that with love. So again, this is F Brown. Thank you for that. MB the Great again, $9.99. In beginning Proverbs 31, mother telling her son in verse 3, do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who will ruin kings. This is not talked about enough in Proverbs 1. Absolutely. I think that for those who believe in a Christian faith or whatever, Proverbs goes through so many details about what to look for in terms of qualities, and she works, by the way. At least she has the capacity to work. But she brings honor to his name. And we're in a country where honor and shame are supposed to not be a thing anymore. We're supposed to exist outside of those two terms, unfortunately. Justina, thank you for the $4.99. What y'all saying reminds me of the hot, crazy Matrix. The hot has to match the crazy. Yeah, like that's why I said what Joe Budden said. Like this was a normal woman. This was Halle Berry in her prime. Lori Harvey in her prime nonsense. Like she was a normal. She was above, slightly above average looking, but she wasn't. Come on now, what are you going through all of this for? Rick, $4.99. My question is: are these women the major or the majority or the minority? Oh, what y'all think?
That level of crazy is in the minority.
Crazy.
That's
right.
That's not just. That's not just women are being women. No, she's not just a woman. She's crazy.
I got a question. I have a better question because I agree with you. I do think the minority of women would go to these lengths.
Right.
Would be willing to lie about something that can get a man arrested or have his reputation destroyed. Minority women you think would be comfortable doing that?
Probably still in I don't feel like 50, 60, or 70% of women would feel comfortable with just a flat out lie to get some man that they supposed to be in a relationship with or whatever in some kind of crazy trouble. It's just that the ones who do it often,
fine,
and they're loud about it, and they don't mind to tell somebody this is what I did, and they will continue to do so. Those types of women don't stop at one particular man. It's any man that deal with her, he gonna have to deal with that from her. Because she feel a certain type of way, she gonna slash your tires, she gonna call the cops, she going, you know what I'm saying, try to fight your other baby mama and all this other kind of stuff. That's just who she is.
Yeah. I had to leave a high school situation based off of the whole tire slashing situation. Senior year, yeah. Based off, it wasn't my tires, by the way, y'all. It was finding out she was doing it to her ex, and I was like, once I found that out, I was like, yeah, I don't think this could be a good fit. And I'm glad, and although Crimson, I appreciate your answer, and it sounded like everybody was bobbing their heads and saying they thought it was a minority. How many of those women have friends that know about it?
All of them.
Yeah, they got a friend group of a woman that probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but they know a woman that did.
Accountable, and so she just kind of be quiet about it. Well, you know, I don't do it, and she makes peace with the fact that she wouldn't do that. But she knows she did it, and girl, I don't know about that, and that's all she got for us. She don't really have a whole lot of accountability that she will hold you to, because if you hold her accountable, you're not gonna be friends with her no more, because she gonna cut you off. I've been cut off from that. I've been cut off not from the lying, but just a chick I don't rock with doing stupid stuff. You too stupid. So no, you keep doing stupid stuff. And I don't rock with that. Like, I don't even rock with that. So why would you feel even comfortable to come tell me no foolishness you've been doing? Leave me alone. Girl, don't call me no more.
Based on that friendship component, I would say the majority of women have either done it or know somebody that has, and has maintained a friendship or relationship with them. And I think the days of lowballing that number of women that are friends with women who are, because again, the number of women who are good women who wouldn't do it themselves, it's not unusual to see at least one friend that go, you know, kind of has a history of doing and saying the most crazy, insane stuff. I've never been with a woman that didn't have at least a few friends that were a little bit concerning in terms of their track record with men. Especially my age bracket, 20s, 30s. Yeah. Between social media, the digital age, dating apps and everything. Most of them know about the woman who you know, had her summer fling where she's finding herself. She got to go 30 dudes deep, 5 guys in the train in the room, the whole 9. A lot of them know these women and they friends with them. Still. So it's unfortunate, but that was a great question, man. And a few more super chats before we wrap things up for sure. And everybody, if you still want to have a comment or question as we get ready to wrap up, feel free to hit the super chat, because we have enough to where I don't think we're going to get to many regular comments. Growth Talk, thank you again for the 10. We're only told women are better than us and how to get some of the no excuse, but the red flags are just now a combo. Any other time we're told that's just how women are, then boom, full crazy. Oh, wow. Hey, you onto something, man. You onto something, man. Black male spirituality. Thank you for coming through. 199. This is why recreational only use is a bad idea. I will say this because, you know, marriage isn't for everybody, and even monogamous or committed relationships isn't always for everybody as well. If you go, you might as well go to an actual reputable establishment at this point, because you leave it there.
Yeah.
Because you leave it there. The rules are clear. You know what's happening with that. You leave it there. Y'all bringing this stuff in your homes. Y'all walking it down the aisle. Y'all getting them pregnant. That's the issue. This is like, listen, we say that the women are getting past the bounds of the social contract and rules of these women are marriage material and these women are for the streets. Now they want to blur the lines. A lot of y'all want to blur the lines when it comes to these women, and they got to go through all this drama. So Wayne Lundy, thank you for the $2 as well. Check, please walk away from seagulls. MB the Great, $4.99. Also in the verses 4-7 in Proverbs 31, she advises rulers and kings to not overly drink or be intoxicated for them to have wise judgment. Appreciate you for that. Big Boy, $2. Hey, Messi and the panel, great show. Appreciate you, everybody that's currently watching the show on love. And if y'all haven't done so, please make sure that y'all like this wherever y'all watching it from. Make sure y'all send it to 1, 2, 3, 4, or even 5 people. Make sure you subscribe to everybody that you see on the screen. Growth Talk, man. You pop, man. When you gonna come on my side, drop some of them donations? Tigger got with her because she was basic looking. He had the video vixens already. He thought he had a homely chick, then boom, full crazy. Listen, if people, you remember when we did the Klay Thompson background? You know, caliber went. Tigger got the numbers. Tigger has a reputable past, so it's again a shock. It's a shock. Appreciate you, Artifacts, for joining and becoming a member. Uncle Rick, and how can it be the minority when the majority of men experience it? Asking for me.
You got to choose better, child.
Oh no. Lee Turner again. Protect Your Seed, and Philip Sadiq as well. A Tyler Perry movie.
It is.
Oh my God.
Sure.
So to kind of wrap things up, the second piece that I wanted to hit real quick before we officially end, you know, there was an accusation that she made about him being with and dealing with a coworker. Now, this other piece is bad enough when a woman brings it to the internet. It's bad enough when she's trying to destroy his career. But when you're lumping in other parties and you don't have 100% confirmation or proof, listen, you was willing to show your face and show all of this, but it's the same thing with Meg Thee Stallion. The first one to put the narrative out tries to dominate the narrative, control the narrative, and demonize the other party so everybody sides with her. And another woman, just like the Meg Thee Stallion case, who they keep defending to this day, I'm like, yo, this is a thing where it's not only that y'all don't think you care about these black men, y'all don't care about the other black. That's why the sisterhood is a fraud. That's why it's a fraud, because every time something like this happens, the first thing you're going to do is throw a black woman under the bus. What y'all think about this?
It's amazing that they don't see it. We point it out all the time, especially if you're listening to tonight's conversations, Kendra Gilliam's, or any of them other shows, because I'm telling you, they just tell on themselves. It don't matter what you actually say. It's about what it is that you actually do. They come up here and tell these dumb stories that make no sense, and then turn around and say, but we don't settle. Child, that's all you do. We love black women. No, you don't. She did it to me. Some girl said that the other day. Y'all remember 23 years in a situationship. Well, what about the wife? Well, it's happened to me. These people ain't no sisterhood. It's never been one. It's just some stuff to say.
Now, I'm going to say this real quick, and I want you, the rest of you all, to kind of join in. She posted this. And if you don't have any proof to verify that happened, and you posted that on the internet, liability. Liable.
Wait, who posted this?
I believe this is her.
The wife?
Yeah, I believe that was her page. And if that's true, and this was actually a real comment, legally you are in trouble, miss, if you cannot prove that was happening. So the wild part is homegirl came out, and this is what she posted. And I'm like, okay, Tigger denies it. She denies it. It's not unusual for people to deny it. The main issue is if you don't have proof, sis, and you can't prove it, if they take you to court, you're going to be under the jail.
Yeah.
You're going to be under the jail. Anita, Maggie, and Crimson.
Yeah, because like you said, I agree. She needs to file libel. She needs to file a suit because you're not going to accuse me of breaking up your home without some sort of, proof that that's what's happening. And clearly the wife, she feels a way. She feels a way about Tigger working with this woman. I mean, she's a beautiful woman. And so she's concocted this whole story. But yeah, I think she should file a suit against her, a defamation suit, because good.
She did do that, just FYI. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, good. Wow. What about you, Maggie and Crimson?
Yeah, I was thinking about the question you posed earlier about the percentages and, the comment, unfortunately, a lot of men have something similar to this. I wanted to answer that. It may not be the majority of women that are conducting themselves this way, but we have to be honest that a majority of women have looked the other way and turned their cheek and not called these women out. It's only recently that now when we hear the foolishness, somebody is willing to say, you know what, that's messed up. Remember when Brittany Renner was in the car and she was gleefully talking about how you can just have a baby by an athlete and there was no consequence for her saying that. None of the women came to say, that's wrong, that's fraud. It's just now happening. And I'll tell you, Mr. President been saying it, until the good ones start speaking up, everybody can get it. And I think Ms. Crimson is right. You know, whatever fear that we had that we were going to be cut off and ostracized, because I know as women, we survive in community. It's not worth it if we allow this to happen to our men. And the other thing that you said, Mr. Jeff, about it's not a flex to say you're my first nice guy and you at the big age of 30 something. I remember hearing there was an interview that Meg Thee Stallion did. She was on some red carpet and she was just gushing about, you know, he's just the first nice guy that I had. He's treated me so well. She almost couldn't believe. And I'm sitting there looking like, how old is this woman and how many relationships has she had? So you're right. They're telling on themselves. And, you know, this has to be the red flag that men keep certain women in their place. Maybe she's the fun girl, but you cannot bring this home. And, you know, certain people are going to be too far gone, but we have to start telling our boys. And I know, not from experience, but I understand there are certain men that have access, you know, for the select men. But for most men, as I understand it, having a woman of your own, it's not easy for them to have that access. But we have to make sure our boys know that just because she makes herself available to you, you're going to have to overlook. You're going to have to walk past that come on in sign and make sure that you vet properly, because this could take you down. This could be your life. It's not worth it. And I agree. Maybe you just need to get hired help and, you know, let the professionals do what they do. But, you know, this ain't it. This is not it. And, you know, I'm just saying we've got to I think it's finally starting to happen now that women are saying, you know what, that's wrong. You can't do that. But we have gotten away with bad behavior for so long. It's human nature to continue to do the things that have been working. So women like this continue to lie, continue to paint stories because she's gotten away with it. We need to nip this in the bud the first time. And I'm sorry, ladies, you can cry and say, oh, I didn't mean it. You didn't give me another chance. You need to be made an example of. Someone made a comment about this. You waited until you had your fresh braids done to come look in that camera with that one eye and make sure if you had gotten into whatever caused the scar on your face, the last thing that you would be worried about is your box braids, but you want to make sure that everybody knows, but my hair still looks good. We got to start seeing this and look and see what's being said and what's not being said and calling it out and questioning it. That is how you chase away this bad behavior, because they're only going to get more emboldened when, you know, like a criminal or a petty thief or whatever got away with it the first time. Okay, nobody said anything. They're going to start doubling down and tripling down. But when we call them out and say, no, he didn't do anything to you, that wasn't abuse. He was just trying to get his phone. Stop lying. Then they run off into the darkness because it didn't work. And that's our responsibility as a community. So yeah, it's a long time coming, which means it is going to take time to correct itself. And all of us are going to pay the price for it. One of your previous guests just said maybe arranged marriage or being spoken for. I say young marriage, because what are these women out here doing with their good years? Just getting into a whole bunch of mess and then wanting somebody to take them seriously. It's too late.
As a guy who has gotten both lucky in the past and not so lucky when it came to you know, not always being able to avoid some of the craziest women, one of the key core things that I learned is when I find out lies and I see even very small white lies about me or other men, I'm out. I've had women in the past because I hung out with them one-on-one, be like, oh, he wants me, he likes me, he told we wasn't even anywhere close in that ballpark. But because she said something like that to change the image of, I guess, perception of how she wanted to be seen, And I don't know if it was like, oh, a guy like Jeff is interested in me, or he, you know, whatever the rationalization is for why they felt the need to create a narrative like that. Once I found that out, I never engaged with them again in any capacity. I wouldn't show up to events. I show up to events and not acknowledge them. I wouldn't respond to text messages. I do not give second chances. It's very few things that I'll work through a lot of things. My view is that the women who end up like what we've seen today, they start with doing stuff like that and you stay.
Yep. Yep.
Once you've demonstrated to me you have the capacity to lie on me or other people. And this is just about other men or other women, period. Lying about abuse about your past, lying about, omitting that you were cheating too. When you talk about somebody cheating with you, I'm talking about it all. I'll even add the addendum, women that condone it. If I find, so that's why I love social media. When everybody's saying we got to do something about social media, no.
Yep.
If you was defending Meg Thee Stallion, thank you.
Yep.
You let me know all I need to know. You defend Cardi B, thank you. You let me know all I need to know, that it does, that if you're part of the carnal sisterhood, it don't matter what she'll do, because she's the woman and she's black, she'll defend it. And if you're rationalizing for her, you'll do it for yourself. Once I find that out, they're disqualified. I don't interact with them. I don't date them. I don't even associate with them. You know, it's harsh, but I think that it prevents you from getting to these type of points.
Can I jump in real quick before Crimson goes? Because I just want to say that what you just said is very important, because, you know, some men are just like, she's just crazy. She's just crazy, right? So women are emotional. We know that. That's one thing. I'm mad because you won't pay attention to me. That's one thing. You're talking about lying. You're talking about a kid that we still don't know where that kid is. She had another kid, named that kid after the kid that's missing. She's out here, you know, doing all this mess and creating a drama, and not even just her, just some people, just like you said with the woman that slashes cars. Those things are crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. Those things are crazy. I don't care what the box is like. Okay. If somebody don't have nothing to lose and you got something to lose and you still dealing with them, then that's you problem and your fault. Because a lot of people will mess with people, you know, they're like, oh, I'll take the girl that is at the diner or Waffle House or whatever. All right, well, how's she at? Because if you are here and she down here, you still got to be careful, because she ain't got nothing to lose. Thank you.
Going off the back of what you just said, Messy, because I was going to go down that route. I hate the whole all women is crazy, just the jacket, boom. Because she may be emotional, like you said, a woman may be emotional, this, that, and the third, that automatically make her crazy. And then this is one of the reasons why I started my channel so way back. Before there was a bag, before it was popular, before there was women on this internet talking like this. And I'm about to talk my ish right now. I pioneered the female accountability space. Me. I did. Nobody was doing that. Like I said, before it was a crowd, before it was a bag, before it was popular to do so. The amount of pushback that I have had, surprisingly at times, from men, because you gotta be the oddball when you're not crazy. When you're not crazy. I ain't never been able to escape accountability a day in my life, whether I wanted to or not. Never. I've never been able to do that. I don't even know how women do that for real. I don't even know how to do it. I have no experience with that at all. I've always had to take it even if it wasn't mine. Okay? I've always had to face the music even if it wasn't my music. I just walked in the room. What you mean the music? I gotta go. Oh, well, all right. Dang. Okay. So I don't even know how women do that for real. You know what I'm saying? The other thing about that, like I said, this is why I did my channel, because I don't like that jacket. I'm a woman and I'm not crazy. Yeah, I have my emotions, so that don't make me crazy. That make me a woman. That's what that makes me. Not of a nutball. This woman here is she a bunny boiler. It sounds funny, but I mean that. Like she has left a wake of destruction behind her, of men that you can go talk to right now about how she done did them, how she done lied on them, how she done tried to destroy their life, and then move on like ain't nothing happened. She moved out of Baltimore like ain't nothing happened. Moved on, got married, had another kid, like, and lived her life. I don't want nobody to disregard the karma, because she's not getting away with it. We talking about it as if she got away with. She ain't getting away with nothing. This karma's happening today. Yeah. She in jail for the foolishness that she tried to put it on somebody else. But she got to do it. It backfired in her face, trying to destroy somebody. That man ain't doing nothing to her. That he ain't got no gun in her head. She can leave if she don't like it. She do not have to be over there doing nothing. So this is why I've always been, are there crazy women out there? There are crazy women. It's more women that's out of order. That's the majority. The women are out of order. They don't have no order. Some of them want order, some of them don't. When order comes to them, they shun it. It's not that other women haven't said anything. For the vast majority, when you talk to these women who like to do a lot of foolishness, they always have somebody, some woman somewhere that told them, don't do that. And they cut her off so they could run from the accountability of that woman, whether it was a friend, whether it was a mom, whether it was a sister, or whoever it was. Wow. She didn't want to hear it. So she cut them off and she went over to do for herself. And then she'll poem out, nobody told me. Don't believe that. Somebody did tell her, especially when they be getting up in age, 30-something years old. You had somebody to tell you, you is not bumping your head this long and ain't nobody gave you no warning. Yes, they did. That's a lie. When they get on here and say nobody told them nothing, that is a lie. That is just them trying to get out of yet again accountability for decisions that they have been making for however long that they've been making it. Nobody taught her nothing. Nobody told her nothing. Those are lies. There's always 90% of the time a woman somewhere in her circle that she cut off, that held her feet to the fire and told her straight up she was on some BS. She don't want to hear that woman. I'm tired of her. She's just hating. And all that foolishness they come up with just to make sure they don't have to hear it. And then they go on, do stupid stuff. And then when the outcomes are bad, and then they can't find nobody, and the men don't want to deal with them, and they can't find no good men, and they trying to heal and all this foolishness. Don't nobody want to hear that. And they want to talk about how did nobody tell them nothing. Those are lies.
Listen, I'm gonna say this because I think I'm the nicest person on the panel when it comes to telling women the truth and everything. I know Maggie was shocked. No, I think I'm the nicest person because when it comes from y'all, I think it hits harder. I think because y'all are women, y'all are Black women. You've lived through the era that they're referencing, and you knew that there were options of who you could listen to, be influenced by, and move different. Nobody was like, I have to be a sex worker. I have to be a digital prostitute. I have to go through 30 men to find out what it is that I actually like. Like that's that you're when it comes from y'all, it's always going to be harsher to me. Because again, y'all, you know that they're BSing when they say that nobody was there, nobody protected them. You didn't want it. Yep. You didn't want it. And the beauty is if you didn't want it in the past, don't ask for it now from me. Simple as that, right? Like I said before, I don't want to be a bailout king. At the end of what I'm trying to build and work towards, I'm gonna bring you into royalty and make you a queen. Shorty, this ain't Cinderella. This not real life. We don't work like that, you know. So I appreciate it. And then for super chats to kind of close us out, big boy, thank you for $5. Here's something for you, Jeff. Since you roll with Messy. Oh, I got to roll with Messy Mo. That's what you're saying. And everybody, we're literally about to close down. So if you have not done so, please make sure you share this. Make sure that y'all are subscribed and hit that super chat button in the next 60 seconds. Marcus B69, $5. It's a good thing that this woman is finally getting the exposure she deserves, but Tigger should have known better. No sympathy for simps. And the worst part about it is if people looked at Tigger's history, there's no reason for why, other than maybe it was an accident. Or the crazy cat box. No explanation from just what we see alone. It makes no sense, brother. It really doesn't. Slim, thank you for the $2. Modern Women. Slim, we told, bro, I just tell you, got to change that name, brother. Me calling you that, sir.
Slim or Daddy.
Slim, something. I was about to say Slim D. No Diddy. Pause. Anyway, Modern Women have swapped a diary for social media. Ouch. Yeah. And then last but not least, Malarkey. Number 2, thank you for the sister Kendra working overtime on the YouTube platforms. Yeah, she's pumping up these lives. I got to catch up. So everybody, I appreciate y'all for the conversation of just normalizing standards again. And this was actually a really good episode for men, I think. It's not just about looking at the far extreme examples. It's looking about the subtle signs that probably builds up to it. And so for me, I think this was a good, helpful episode for men to just start to be a little bit more intentional. A little bit more intentional. I'm not saying you can't have sex. Not saying everybody got to go run to the church and get married. What we are saying is the days of being reckless with your soldier could come back to bite you big time. In a lot of those court cases, a lot of domestic violence, I know people personally that have been stabbed by their baby mamas who they still got to co-parent with now. And that's not a one-off. And again, I'm just putting it out there, and that's not because I'm a therapist either. That's just regular life. So that's a real thing that I think we as men, we have to get better. We got to get better because our kids, our lives, our legacy depends on it. When we just entertain any and every woman, seriously. So everybody, if you hold on now, high tolerance. Thank God I caught that, because otherwise he wouldn't have done it again. Thank you for the $4.99. Salute, Jeff. And to the ladies, it's hard to feel for Tigger because he strolled through the fire with gasoline. Exactly what he signed up for, brother. I appreciate you for your support and the $49.99. And last but not least, to close us out, Growth Talk again, $2. Thank you, Jeff. And ladies, we do love Black women. Just not all of them. So everybody, if you haven't done so, please make sure that y'all subscribe, follow, support these ladies. Feel free to become members. My membership is fairly cheap. I don't know about the others, but feel free to support in whatever ways that y'all can. And thank y'all for the love and support. Genuinely for allowing me to do this type of work. It's fun. It's meaningful. And thank you, Wayne, for the $5. Life and love a panel like this. These are queens. You're good. Thank you, sir. So everybody, have a good evening. We'll see y'all on the other side next week. And make sure y'all tune in for a lot of the stuff we be posting. We be putting in work on these channels and platforms. And I just had the homegirl, Sarah Fontenot, come through last week. So, it was. You said what?
Said that was a good interview.
It was fun. It was fun. She carried it. And the wild thing is, she's the exact same way behind cameras. That's just who she is. And people who are friends with her, they actually say that's actually her personality. She's not hitting a switch or anything like that. So shout out to Sarah and her team that was able to coordinate and work with me. Potentially maybe having some major announcements coming by the end of this month. So stay tuned for that. Both Ask Her Brother and some potential projects in the works. And how some of the ladies on the screen may be a part of that. So stay tuned, everybody. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. We'll see y'all on the other side, and have a good evening. Peace.